Okay guys, I think we're just about done with Spirit. Now she is my hyperframe bike. She's got a stock China doll engine on it with a couple little upgrades. We got the billet covers for the magneto and the clutch housing on the other side. We've got a high compression head. That is a Bofang carburetor, very much like an NT. This thing doesn't go all that fast, and I don't even have the chain all hooked up because I've been playing around with her. And any of you who've been following me for the last couple weeks know that I've been working on putting this lighting array on her. This is a motorcycle lighting array. Bicycle lights just don't seem to get bright enough or big enough, and they just don't give off the vibe that I wanted with my cruiser here. I wanted her to look more like a roadworthy bike as opposed to a bicycle with an engine slapped on it, and I think it came out pretty nice. So let's do a quick walk around here. First off, she's got some horns on her, which I'm not going to blow this morning because it's early in the morning, but I want to get a quick video of this. The little front fork pouch is where I keep the cordless tool battery and the wiring relays and all the wiring hub and everything else that kind of goes to power my lighting array, which has turn signals, big front motorcycle headlight with a halo on it. In the back, if you can see it here, we have a tail lights assembly with two rear tail lights, blinker style tail lights, and then a main tail light that's on kind of a license plate mounted bracket that's attached to the fender. This little black box is something I fabricated to kind of hide the electrical connections where all these lights feed into. The wire itself is hidden along this little route here. So that is black electrical tape that's wrapping around the fender support, and tucked behind inside it in the little channel there is the cable that feeds on down, runs along my frame, goes up through the frame. You can't even see it. It's right underneath the gas tank there, and again feeds on up into the bag here where all the other wires go to as well. The only real kind of cluster, if you will, are the wires behind here, which is a connection for the CDI kill switch as well as the wiring connections for the horn itself. But the look came out nice and clean like. I had to put some new brick cables on and a few other things, but we'll talk about this here in a quick second. Just want to make this quick little video. The Handlebar Controls are pretty handy, and you can find these on Amazon. Just Google motorcycle handlebar controls and look for ones that look like this. On this side, this is an integrated handle, which means my twist lever actually fits right into the end of it. It eliminates the need for so many other things that are having to be spliced together, if you will. Just one thing. So the obviously the rear view mirror mounts into it. This has a little channel that's inside there for our throttle cable, which there's the linkage that pops out the back of it right there. And here we've got the headlight, or the off position, the running light, and then the headlight, and then this ends up being a kill switch. And then the dual cable brake handle that I have here, which pulls both brakes at the same time, has a little kill switch, a brake switch. So when I pull these on, you're going to see it. Here we go. Here's the first sample. Boom. That's right. So when I pull the brake handle, my brake light comes on. Now when I switch my running lights, it's going to turn on just the tail light assembly, which is the running lights, if you will. And then if you go to the front here, we got my running lights on the front. And these are LEDs, so they're pretty bright. And again, that's the low setting. We can turn these off. Go over here. We have a turn signal. Now, when you pull it one way, you push the white button, and it cancels it. Push it the other way. Just push in the white button, it cancels it. So let's put these little blinkers on, and again, there's your turn signal. Now, because I don't have any running lights on, and by the way, as you can see, the turn signals in the front as well. And again, the idea here is so you can actually have motorists understand what you're doing. The tiny little bicycle lights that you see advertised or you see people have, they're fine. You can see them flashing from a distance. From a distance, you can't tell if it's a right turn signal or a left turn signal, because it's just a little flasher way off in the distance, and you want a motorist to know exactly what you're doing. So if you have your running lights on, which you normally would have on, they can tell from a distance that you're turning left here, because they see all the lights, and then they see the left turn signal, illuminating on a regular basis, so they know. Now we've got our headlights as well. So with our headlights, we have a couple of different options. Let's see what they got here. So, and I'm sorry if this is really too bright, but that is a halo light. And it's obviously bright enough to show to everyone. And even with the halo on, well, unfortunately, if this wasn't a camera with the aperture the way it is, you could see that you can still see the blinker going as well. Then we have this high beam, low beam. So if I switch this to a different setting, the halo goes off, and it's just a regular headlight. And again, you can still definitely see that that I'm turning. And again, that's the point, is to make sure that when you're pulling up on a motorist and you're making a turn, they know exactly what you're doing. And again, all this is being powered by a cordless drill battery. It's basically one that's same size as one of these things. It's a Porter cable. I have made a video that you guys can see. I'll try to post a link if I know how to figure out how to do that on this video, so you can kind of go and watch that video, and it shows you how I made the wiring harness and the battery connection, everything else. It fits all inside that bag, and then it's just a matter of clever routing of the wires. So and then obviously all I got to do is push that button, and it cancels out the turn signal, but now I just running with my lights on. Okay, and so yeah, they came out pretty good. Again, it looks like a real it looks like a real lighting system as opposed to a toy lighting system. So and it does have a license plate light, but this is a gas bike, guys. We don't need to have license plates. I might get a personalized plate that goes back here, but I think it came out actually really pretty good. Pulling up on someone, they're going to know that I'm coming. Again, if it wasn't early in the morning, which it is right now, I'd sound off those horns, but they sound like a freight train coming up on you. Nice clean look for the CDI, by the way, too. Not a lot of extra wires dangling around that you normally see. So that came out clean. And again, what I do is I have, so you can almost see it, there's the engine wire going up into this waterproof double wire connector, and then the leads go all the way up, right up in here, and this is where I have all my kill switch wires and the CDI wire back up in here. So again, nice clean engine bay look. You don't see a lot of wires dangling around, which always just looks so unsightly. So yeah, form and function, guys. That's what I was looking for, and I think it came up pretty good. That is Spirit, and her spirit is getting stronger every day. I actually have another project planned for her. I'm going to keep that under wraps for right now, but as it starts to happen, when I have time to start working on it, I'll share that one too. Thanks for checking it out, and God bless.